Hello children, I am Mrs. Asavari Swapnil Singhasane from Deccan Education Society's New English Medium Secondary School. Today I am here again to discuss chapter number 6, that is Animal Classification, from your Science and Technology Part 2. In our earlier session, we discussed about criteria for animal classification. We discussed characteristics of chordates and non-chordates, and we are discussing some animal phyla. Now let us revise these points first and we'll complete all the remaining phyla in this session. Let us begin with the PowerPoint presentation. Children, in our earlier session, we discussed of animal classification. The first criteria was grades or levels of organization, which describes how is the body organized. The levels are protoplasmic level, cellular level, tissue level, organ level, and organ system level. Unicellular members show protoplasmic level of organization. Peripheral members show cellular level. Cnidaria or Coelenterata members show tissue level of organization, whereas flatworms show organ grade of organization. Arthropodal members show organ system level of organization. The next criteria is body symmetry, which means whether we can divide an animal into two equal halves or not. Based on this, animals are either asymmetrical like sponges or symmetrical. Symmetrical members show radial symmetry like in Hydra or bilateral symmetry like in human beings. The third criteria of animal classification was germinal layers. In all, 3 germ layers are there: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Ectoderm is the outer layer, endoderm is inner layer, whereas mesoderm is the middle layer. If all the 3 are present, animal is triploblastic. If mesoderm is absent, animal is diploblastic. That means diploblastic members show presence of ectoderm and endoderm only. The fourth criteria was body cavity or coelom. It is the cavity formed by splitting of mesoderm. Based on this, animals can be categorized as coelomate, acoelomate, and pseudocoelomate. The next criteria is segmentation. It was the last criteria. It deals with presence or absence of segments. Annelida members show distinct segmentation. Then we discussed about characteristics of chordates and non-chordates. Let us revise these characteristics in the form of comparison. In chordata members, notochord is present, whereas it is absent in non-chordates. In case of chordates, central nervous system is dorsal in position, whereas in non-chordates it is ventral. In chordata members, pharynx is perforated by gills, which are absent in non-chordata members. In chordates, heart is ventral in position, whereas in non-chordates, if heart is present, it is dorsal in position. In chordata members, a post-anal tail is present, whereas it is absent in non-chordates. The first phylum was phylum Porifera, which includes simplest animals called as sponges, which are exclusively aquatic, sessile, that means they do not show any locomotion. Then these members are also known as sedentary, that means they are always attached to the substratum. These members bear many pores on their body called as ostia, and there is a single opening at the top which is called as osculum. Body cavity of these members is known as spongocele. Presence of water canal system is the important feature of this phylum. In this system, water enters into the body through ostia and it moves out through the osculum. Meanwhile, nutrients get absorbed in the body. These members are soft and their body is supported by spicules and spongin fibers. Spicules are calcareous or siliceous. Then presence of choanocytes or collar cells is the important feature of this group. The next phylum was phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata. Presence of gastrovascular cavity or coelenteron is the distinguishing feature of this phylum. Cnidoblast bearing tentacles are present around the mouth. Tentacles are useful for capturing the prey, whereas cnidoblast inject the toxin in the body of prey. They are also useful for protection. These members reproduce by both sexual and asexual means of reproduction. We know that Hydra reproduces by budding. Coelenterata members also show two different forms, that is polyp and medusa. Then we discussed about phylum Platyhelminthes and phylum Aschelminthes also. Phylum Aschelminthes comes up with slightly advanced characters. Let us see the difference between these two phyla. Platyhelminthes members, they are flatworms. Aschelminthes members are described as roundworms. Platyhelminthes are acoelomate, whereas Aschelminthes are pseudocoelomates. In Platyhelminthes, incomplete digestive system is there, and in Aschelminthes, it is complete. Aschelminthes members show sexual dimorphism, whereas Platyhelminthes members are hermaphrodite. Now, the next phylum is phylum Annelida. Some Annelida members are free-living, whereas some are parasites. Mostly, they are ectoparasites. That means parasitic members live outside the body of host. Their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metamers, and hence the phylum name is Annelida. The word Annelida has been derived from the Latin word annulus, which means a little ring. Parapodia, setae, suckers are the structures which are useful for locomotion. Digestive system is complete and it is developed. Circulatory system is of closed type and red colored blood is present. These members are either hermaphrodite or unisexual and they reproduce sexually. Common examples are earthworm, nereis and leech. The next phylum is phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia, which accounts for about 70 to 75% of total animals. Insecta is the largest group belonging to this phylum. These animals are found in all types of habitats, ranging from deepest ocean to highest mountains. They have jointed appendages. These members have soft body which is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. Their body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. These members are unisexual. Common examples are crab, butterfly, cockroach, and honeybee. The next is second largest animal phylum, that is phylum Mollusca. These are soft or slimy bodied animals. Body of Mollusca member is divided into three divisions, namely head, a visceral mass, and a ventral foot. Here, visceral mass is covered by a mantle. Mantle secretes hard calcareous shells. Shells may be external, internal, or sometimes absent. The ventral muscular foot helps in locomotion. These members are unisexual and they reproduce sexually. Common examples are snail, bivalve, octopus. Octopus is the most cleverer animal among all non-chordates. The next phylum is phylum Echinodermata, that is a phylum of spiny-bodied animals. Spines are present and they are calcareous. That means they are made up of calcium carbonate. These members are found only in ocean. The most distinctive feature of echinoderms is presence of water vascular system, which helps in locomotion, capture and transport of food, and respiration. Radial symmetry in adults and bilateral symmetry in larvae. Tube feet help in locomotion and capturing the prey. Respiration occurs through tube feet and gills. Here, sexes are separate. Reproduction is sexual and fertilization is external. These members have an ability of regeneration. The common examples belonging to phylum Echinodermata are starfish, sea urchin, and sea cucumber. The next phylum is phylum Hemichordata. Hemichordata was earlier considered as subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-chordata. These are worm-like marine animals. They are also known as acorn worms. Body of hemichordate member is divided into three parts, that is proboscis, collar, and trunk. Here, respiration takes place through gills. Hemichordata members show presence of primitive type of nervous system. Some hemichordata members are unisexual while some are hermaphrodite. Reproduction is sexual and usually fertilization is external. The common examples are Balanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Through the viewpoint of evolution, Balanoglossus is considered as connecting link between non-chordates and chordates. This animal shows the characters of both the groups. The next phylum is phylum Chordata. Animals belonging to phylum Chordata are fundamentally characterized by presence of notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and pair pharyngeal gill slits at least any developmental stage. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate with organ system grade level of organization. They possess post-anal tail and closed type of circulatory system. That means here blood flows through closed blood vessels. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla, namely Urochordata, Cephalochordata, and Vertebrata. Subphylum Urochordata consists of exclusively marine animals. In these members, notochord is present in the tail region of larvae. Their body is covered by tunica. Hence, they are also known as tunicates. These members are hermaphrodite. Herdmania, Doliolum are the common examples of this group. The next subphylum is subphylum Cephalochordata, which consists of streamlined animals. In these members, notochord extends from the tip of the tail to well into the anterior of the body. That means it is present throughout the body length. These animals are known as acraniata, as brain case or cranium is absent. In these members, pharynx is large and pharyngeal gill slits are also present. Notochord is present throughout the body length. Example is Amphioxus. The next subphylum is subphylum Vertebrata. It shows following characteristics. In these members, notochord is replaced by vertebral column. Brain is protected by cranium. Hence, they are also known as craniata. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous. That means it is made up of cartilage, or in some cases it may be bony. That means it is made up of bones. Exoskeleton is either scaly, made up of feathers, hairs, or fur. Some members are jawless, whereas some are with jaws. Subphylum Vertebrata is further divided into 6 classes: Cyclostomata, Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammals. In the class Cyclostomata, the members are jawless. That means jaws are absent, and they are with circular suctorial mouth. These members are ectoparasites on some fishes. Endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. That means endoskeleton is cartilaginous. Paired appendages are absent. Petromyzon and Myxine belong to this class. The next class, Pisces, includes exclusively aquatic animals with streamlined body. Streamlined shape helps them to move through reduced water resistance while swimming. They have scaly exoskeleton and bony or cartilaginous endoskeleton. Here, limbs are modified into fins for swimming. They are cold-blooded or poikilotherms. That means they cannot regulate their body temperature. Such animals usually become sluggish in cold weather. They hibernate in winter and undergo estivation in summer. In these members, heart is two-chambered. Gaseous exchange takes place through gills. These members are oviparous, that means egg-laying. Scoliodon, that means dogfish, labio, or you can say rohu, shark, electric ray, stingray, seahorse, cutla are the examples of class Pisces. The next class is class Amphibia. Amphibian members show following characteristics. These animals are strictly aquatic during larval life and they perform only aquatic respiration, whereas they can live in water as well as on land during adult life. Body divisions are head and trunk. Neck is absent in these members. Tail may or may not be present. Skin is smooth and moist, but it lacks exoskeleton. Two pairs of limbs are present for locomotion. Respiration takes place by lungs and through skin also. Here, heart is three-chambered. That means two atria and one ventricle is present. Here, external ear is absent. Tympanum represents the ear. Eyes are prominent with lids. Examples are frog, toad, and salamander. The next class is class Reptilia. Let us see some important features of class Reptilia. These are mostly creeping and burrowing terrestrials. Here, body divisions are head, neck, trunk, and tail. Skin is usually dry and scaly. These members are cold-blooded. Respiration takes place by gills, lungs, and through skin also. Two pairs of pentadactyl limbs are present, each bearing claws. Here, heart is three-chambered, except in crocodiles. In case of crocodiles, heart is four-chambered. These members are oviparous, that means egg-laying. The common examples are snakes, turtles, lizard, and crocodiles. Class Aves shows following characteristics. Most of the members belonging to this class can fly, except some flightless birds like ostrich. Here, body shape is streamlined so that it can minimize the air resistance. Body is divided into four divisions, that is head, neck, trunk, and tail. In these members, forelimbs are modified into wings for flying. Exoskeleton is made up of feathers. Digits are scaly with claws. Beak is present. Fully ossified, that means bony endoskeleton is present in aves. But here, long bones are with air cavities. This reduces the body weight. Well-developed nervous system is present in these members. Heart is four-chambered. These members are warm-blooded or homeotherms. That means they can maintain their body temperature by regulating their metabolic activities. Sexes are separate and the members are oviparous. Pigeon, parrot, sparrow, duck are the representatives of this group. Now comes the sixth class, that is class Mammalia. These members are found in variety of habitats, that is polar ice caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grasslands, and dark caves. The most unique mammalian characteristic is presence of milk-producing mammary glands, by which young ones are nourished. Here, body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Exoskeleton is in the form of hairs or fur. Skin is with oil glands and sweat glands. They have two pairs of limbs adapted for walking, running, climbing, burrowing, swimming, or flying. Digits are with claws, nails, or hooves. These animals are warm-blooded. In mammalia members, well-developed nervous system is present. Heart is four-chambered, that means with two atria and two ventricles. Sexes are separate and are mostly viviparous with few exceptions. These members are found in variety of habitats, that means polar ice caps, deserts, mountains, forests, grasslands, and dark caves. Common examples are elephant, human beings, kangaroo, dolphin, bat, etc. So children, up till now we have discussed 10 different animal phyla, right from phylum Porifera to phylum Chordata. Let us revise the distinguishing characteristics of each phylum. The first phylum is phylum Porifera. It includes all the porous-bodied members. The second phylum is phylum Coelenterata. Presence of cnidoblast cells is the characteristic feature of this group. The third phylum is phylum Platyhelminthes, which includes flat-bodied worms. These members are endoparasites. The fourth phylum is phylum Aschelminthes, which includes roundworms. Fifth phylum is phylum Annelida. Presence of annular rings is the characteristic feature of this phylum. Arthropoda, it is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. These members show jointed appendages. Phylum Mollusca includes all the soft-bodied members. Next phylum is phylum Echinodermata, which includes spiny-bodied members. And the last non-chordata phylum is phylum Hemichordata, which is connecting link between chordates and non-chordates. And the last phylum is phylum Chordata. In this phylum, presence of notochord, presence of pharyngeal gill slits, postanal tail, these are some of the important characteristics. Thank you.